application onboarding, this is what sets you up for success, especially in the early days of a program. This is validated data. You're able to drive decisions now effectively on applications that are in your purview. You understand where the opportunities are. You're able to drive ROI, reduce risk, to be more proactive about those renewals within that prioritized list of applications.
In our last episode, Adam Carpenter gave a rundown on why spreadsheets, well, they're just a bad idea when it comes to managing SaaS. Today, I'm joined by Zylo's Chad Hinen to discuss the ins and outs of establishing a SaaS system of record. Chad is the head of implementation here at Zylo and plays an integral role in helping our enterprise clients hit the ground running when it comes to their SaaS management programs. Chad, welcome to SaaS Me Anything.
Thank you. Happy to be here. Excited to talk today.
A lot of companies we work with at Zylo want complete and comprehensive visibility into their SaaS inventory. And they've set this as a business objective for their company, as well as their SaaS management program. Let's be honest, they really just want to understand what tech and software and SaaS they actually have. So building a SaaS system of record is really a critical part in achieving that visibility. So Chad, let's help our listeners. I'd like to level set for a minute. What exactly is a SaaS system of record?
Yeah, so a SaaS system of record, as we think about that, is that centralized repository. What are all those SaaS applications being purchased in the business? How are they being used? Who's buying them? Who's using them? Everything I need to know to be able to manage the life cycle of that subscription. And really what that does is create that central source of truth. That way, in the world of SaaS, where everyone is a buyer, purchasing is decentralized, I get that visibility. I have a cross-functional platform to be able to work with the teams that own those subscriptions.
So Chad, for companies who are striving for this visibility, these insights into their SaaS portfolio, what do you think is a non-negotiable in order to achieve that SaaS system of record?
Yeah, I mean, for that is an automated, ongoing discovery mechanism, right? This is where, we've talked about in the past where trying to use the traditional SAM approach, trying to use a spreadsheet becomes a challenge. It's essential to be able to find all the SaaS purchases happening in the business. This is something almost every customer comes in looking to accomplish, regardless of how it's being purchased. We need to be able to see it. We need to be able to monitor our environment and know what's coming into our business, what's leaving the business, and have a quick pulse on all those things as they happen in real time.
Well, quick reference for our listeners. We heard Chad talk about this just not being something that's really possible with SAM tools and spreadsheets. We've hit on that just in our last episode as well. So if you're looking for more information, definitely check out our previous episode with Adam. Okay, so Chad, once you have that visibility, a business has got the complete and comprehensive inventory of all their SaaS applications. Let's talk about what is the next step. For some companies, this list could be in the hundreds, it could be in the thousands, but a list by itself, for me, it doesn't feel actionable with some of those business goals that a company, may have in mind. How do you approach that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think to make it actionable, you need to know the important things about that application and that subscription. And in order to do that with hundreds or even 1,000 plus applications, you need to take a prioritized approach. Prioritize the applications that you're going to put through your program first. Once you have that, you're able to see the usage, you're able to see the entitlements, the contracts that you have, you understand who the owners are, and you're able to take action there. That is a process you're going to hear us call, and you're going to hear called application onboarding. This is what sets you up for success, especially in the early days of a program. This is validated data. You're able to drive decisions now effectively on applications that are in your purview. You understand where the opportunities are. You're able to drive ROI. You're able to reduce risk, and you're able to be more proactive about those renewals within that prioritized list of applications.
So Chad, as you were talking, my brain started spinning about all the different ways you could prioritize an app. Could be what's the most expensive, what's the most risky. How are you advising customers to think about it, or what even are some of our customers thinking about?
Right. There are multiple ways, right? But I think the most effective way we've seen this approach is to create that tier one, those phase one applications on enterprise applications. And if it's an IT team, the applications that the IT team owns and can have direct influence on is a tremendous place to start. Again, this
Makes
is,
sense.
it's not always based on the highest amount of spend, right? Now that could be a very important factor, but again, things you can action on and really drive value early in your program are absolutely the best places to start.
Yeah, okay, that makes a ton of sense. Okay, you've got your list of applications. You have prioritized the ones that are most important to manage first, whether that be risk or spend or IT owned. You've got all the right data that has been
Mhm.
added. Is there a point where the SaaS system of record is considered finished?
Because of the nature of SaaS, unfortunately not really, right? This is not a one-time exercise. Again, the nature of buying SaaS applications means there's constantly applications entering the market, entering your business, growing within your business. And so keeping a pulse on that, having the infrastructure in place to alert you of new purchases, of upcoming renewals, expansion, true ups, license consumption in waste measurement on an ongoing basis is really, really key. Having that automated refresh of that system of record, as we talked about at the beginning, is important. And that regular auditing to know who those owners are and keeping that up to date is key to make sure that you're constantly measuring and managing your SaaS sprawl.
Chad, just hearing you talk about all the different data points and things you need to be thinking about and wrapping your arms around, it definitely doesn't feel like this SaaS system of record is or SaaS management in general is a set it and forget it system. It is constantly evolving and growing and shrinking, and there's just so much that goes into it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely, Meredith. I mean, I think that it's a key to remember. This is such a large impact for our customers on their operating expenses, and to think of it as a one-time exercise or something that you don't need to focus on too much, I think, is a risk. I think putting the infrastructure in place to have automated discovery, to have a full and complete, strong system of record and great health is what's going to allow you to really effectively roll out this practice and drive a lot of impact in your business.
Yeah, I love that. Well said. Um, a SaaS system of record, you heard it here today. It is essential for centralizing all the data, all the information, everything that you need to know about your SaaS applications. And without having the SaaS system of record, managing your apps holistically and effectively, achieving those business goals and those outcomes that you want to drive, it's nearly impossible. Chad, thank you so much for joining me today on SaaS Me Anything. And to learn more about this topic, please check out our No BS SaaS Management Playbook. It is linked in the show notes, and it's going to dive in even deeper than Chad did today on how you need to think about your SaaS program and your system of record at your company. As always, please subscribe to our YouTube channel to get all the notifications for all of our content. And we look forward to having you join us next time. We're going to explore strategic portfolio management and how to prioritize which applications to manage first. We will see you next time.